And they said that we don't care, he said, we don't care if they're communists or fascists, dictators or whatever, it doesn't matter, as long as they're all working together. But that's what he said. That we don't mind, this is what they are. And true enough, if you read their books, they're all very old books, when they had their world meetings, and they published some of them for their members mainly, you find they had communists in there, that all the Labour leaders in there too, for different unions. They had prime ministers, presidents, they had bankers for the world, all attending these world meetings as they planned out the future. And it's in their books, it's not conspiracy stuff. That this is, I keep telling people, you're living through an agenda. And it's not hard to believe, as far as I'm concerned, when you read it every so often. Like the World Economic Forum literally talk about the whole century. What they want to implement is the Agenda 21, the agenda for the whole 21st century. All the changes that must be made, and the super cities, and everyone getting crowded into them, getting out of the rural areas, and eventually the abolition of private cars, essential vehicles only, right down to what you'll work at, what you'll eat, etc. It's almost, you see, it's a system. A system is awfully important to understand what a system is, from birth to death. You're numbered, you're a unit, and your function is to produce and only consume what they want you to consume. But produce, that's the definition at United Nations of a good global citizen, a producer-consumer. If you are sick or you retire, you're no longer a producer, you're a burden on their system. They're not making this up at all. And remember as well, as I've said before, look back to the big foundations that hire and people live and work their whole lives long for these foundations in different capacities of employment. And they retire, but when they retire, the foundations don't close. No, they've already trained people who continue it, because they go on for centuries. And sure, they all have their functions, and they have their tenants, and they can tell you what the goals are. They tell you what they want to accomplish. They have all the time in the world to do it. And all the money, of course. And they hire and train and employ hundreds, maybe even thousands of non-governmental organizations to get the job done across the whole planet. The richest folk on the planet, you don't vote for them. I know Bluebird's getting into politics, but he is not the richest on the planet. But the ones who are the richest on the planet decide what the future is to be. And they have their different proxies beneath them, the little worker bees that get more of the jobs done. The ones at the top do very little work at all. They just make suggestions, and the rest of them who owe to them basically everything they have, jump in the action and get the job done. That's how it is. They even have councils and elders. I mentioned it before. It's a global system, and these are the elders of the top global system. Royal Institute for International Affairs, CFR. The inner groups, of course, the inner party and outer party, and the ones who do the most work get to, and can live long enough, get to be the elders. They're passed over through the United Nations to the World Health Organization heads and so on, and they have this global socialistic system which they work for, which they really believe in. They're dedicated to it in a strange fanatical sort of way. And I was talking to someone today, in fact, about that, because it really is difficult to get into the mindset of people who are fixed for life from a very early age into this strange duty that they feel that they have, and it fills their pockets too, mind you, by serving their masters who are above them, the ones who are the dominant minority, who have all the cash and the systems of creating cash in the world. But they serve them slavishly and fanatically, and truly believe in the right to rule the world. It can only